Hello, how are you? And welcome to the second module of our course. The topic of this module is very important, and it's one of the central topics of the whole MOOC and of the whole project that we are implementing. Because one of the main questions that we had at the beginning is how we can use the elements of non-formal learning in the context of the language class. So in this model, first of all, we will look at non-formal education and non-formal learning, and we'll see what we understand by this. Just to give you the brief things about it. When we talk about non-formal learning, it's about the learning where the center of the whole process is the learner. It always comes to voluntary-based learning. Also, another very important aspect that we use group of learners as the main resource of the learning. We use different types of exercise and activities, so we can say that this is learning that based on the experience. And also, it's very important that we don't give grades to our learners in this process, rather we provide the feedback and also some tools for their self-assessment. And by the end, about the non-formal learning, what I would like to say is that this is a process that is planned, it has its own methodology, and it has its own place. So now we will see how non-formal learning are connected to adult migrant learner. At the beginning of the project, we was really curious about if we can identify the specific profile of the migrant learner. So we spend a lot of days and hours observing language classes and asking for experience from our teacher colleagues about who is this adult migrant learner. And the only conclusion we come up that profile is very diverse. But still there are some common things that can be identified. So if we look at our adult learner, we can say that all of them are very busy, that all of them have already previous knowledge and their life experience, which is also very important. All our learners have different cultural background. They're very practical oriented. If they come to our class, they know why they need to learn this language. Also, it's a very different language levels in many cases, and they don't have much time. So it's quite complex and complicated profile that can be treated through the language classes, and it's not easy. That's why, as well, in this model, we're talking about changing our role from teacher to facilitator of learner. And that's why it's very important to use elements of non-formal education in our class, because it helps us to use the group as a resource of learning. So we have the learners of different language levels, they can support each other. Also, in the process of non-formal learning, we can use the life experience of our learners so it serves to the learning of others, and many, many other things. So please read the chapter about the non-formal learning and adult migrant learning, and they do some practical exercises with your colleagues that you can find in the second module of our course. Good luck and enjoy the process.